Hi, I'm Ken Rosenthal, park naturalist with Gulf Branch Nature Center, and this is another 5-minute find. Today, we're going to look at something somebody else found in their yard this past week when weather was a little bit warmer, and something that's not really uncommon to see on sunny days in the winter. So before I pull out our mystery guest, I'm going to do a little bit of watering of my hands, and I'll explain why I'm doing this a little bit later in the program. So let's see if we can see who's in here. We're looking for right back here. This is a wood frog, and these are actually really common in our area. I know, sweetheart, I'm sorry. Whoops. Does not want to cooperate. So this is a wood frog, and by the salmon color, I'm going to go ahead and say it's probably a female. She's also a little bit thicker around the edge, which might mean that she's gravid. They tend to be gravid when they come out of brumation in the spring because they go right into ponds to mate. Take another look at her. You can see the black mask around the eyes. And again, the salmon color I think is really indicative that this is a female. She's not enjoying being handled, so I'm going to go ahead and set her back down. Here's a better look at the female from above. You can see the brown markings around the eyes that make up the mask, which is a good field marking for both sexes of the species. Males are usually a darker brown. They're also usually skinnier. When you're looking at the female here, she might appear a little round on the edges, and that could be because she's gravid. Typically, when wood frogs come out of their winter dormancy, they go right to the pond and mate. Wood frogs have an amazing cold hardiness. They can withstand up to 65% of their body water freezing without any ill permanent effects. So essentially what happens is as they prepare to overwinter, urea collects in their tissues, and then they can convert liver glycogen to glucose, which they can concentrate in their vital organs so that those don't freeze like some of the other tissues in their body. You could pick up a wood frog that has frozen and it'll feel like a frogsicle. It'll feel like a paperweight. It'll be solid, and you would think that there's no life in this frog. But within 6 to 8 hours of those tissues thawing, wood frogs are actually ready to mate. Wood frogs are of special note because they're also considered obligate users of ephemeral pools of water or vernal pools. Obligate means they only mate and lay eggs and reproduce in these bodies of water. The advantage to using these temporary or ephemeral pools of water is that fish can't get established in them because they dry up periodically throughout the year. So that eliminates one of the main predators of frog eggs and frog tadpoles. In Arlington County, the only 2 places that we have documentation of wood frogs and spotted salamanders mating and reproducing are the ponds at Long Branch and here at Gulf Branch Nature Center. So I told you I'd tell you later why I sprayed my hands with water before I picked up the frog. Amphibians have smooth, moist skin. Anything from your hands, such as the natural body oils, obviously, but also soap, disinfectant, hand sanitizer, bug spray, sunscreen, any of these things on your hand can rub off onto the frog's smooth, moist skin, and it could be absorbed by the frog. That could be unhealthy, it could be even fatal, and so I try not to handle amphibians unless I have a purpose, such as for a program. And when I do that, I spray my hands with the water. This is water that has been taken from the tap, but it's also been treated to get rid of the chemicals, or at least neutralize any of the chemicals that are in the water to make it clean and safe for us. So that's why I did that before I handled the frog. In the field, I would use a net. I would try not to handle them with my hands if I didn't have to, especially because a lot of times when I'm in the field, I do have bug spray or sunscreen on, and I definitely don't want that getting on the skin of the amphibian. Well, thank you for joining me today. Wood frogs are one of my favorite amphibians. I know it's funny to talk about amphibians in December, but by the end of February, they're going to be back out and in the pond calling and mating. It happens in about a week and then it's gone. So you'll probably get another 5-minute find about these guys sometime in the future as well. Well, thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed it, and we hope to see you for more 5-minute finds and at some of our in-person programs here at the Nature Center. Have a good one.